This is directed by Glenn Ficari, I don't know how to say that, and John Requa. And it stars Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, and Emma Stone. Let's get the good out of the way because there weren't a lot of good things about this movie, but there were a few. I did like the beginning, the setup of the characters and what the situation was. Thought they did that really well. I thought the acting overall was pretty good. Steve Carell did a very good job in his character, and there was one particular shot in this movie that I loved, and it was when they were in the bar, and the camera was panning over the bar and showing Steve Carell going from woman to woman, and it ends on Ryan Gosling, and it was just a really well done shot. It was a panning shot, and it was one of those that they could have done a lot of cuts and then just did one shot for the entire thing. I thought it was really well done. Now to the bad. This film I felt was very convoluted in the script. There were too many stories going on. Like every single person had their own story and love interest, and I was like, it's too much. Focus on one or two and just stick with those. There are too many things going on. After the first hour, it really dragged, and I felt like Kevin Bacon's character and Julianne Moore's character really had nothing to do. They were just boring. They hardly had any screen time, and when they were on it, they weren't doing anything. They were just kind of there, and I was like, okay, next scene. There were too many twists that I felt were forced. And this movie's 2 hours, and I don't think romantic comedy should be 2 hours, because comedies in general, you can only make somebody laugh for so long, and after about an hour and a half, you pretty much lose them. There was also a scene at the end of this movie where the son is graduating from middle school and he's giving a speech, and they have the whole family there, and it's this big crowd. And I was like, you know what? I bet this is a true story. I'm not lying. I was in the theater, and I was like, I bet you Steve Carell's gonna get up. I bet he's gonna make a speech. And he did. This movie was very implausible. Like, I find it very hard to believe that a guy like Steve Carell's character in his middle ages or 40s or whatever would, on a whim, go under Ryan Gosling's wing and just say, hey, okay, yeah, make me a better man, sure, go ahead. I was like, that doesn't happen in real life. It had its problems and it could have been so much better, but it wasn't a terrible film. I think overall, 2.5 out of 5 stars. For those that like this genre and like who's in it, this is a rental at best. I wouldn't go out and spend money to see this as a matinee or anything. Just rent it and be satisfied with that.